Hi, it's Nell with Joyous Garden, and I need to prune this very long trailing plant, which happens to be a satin pothos. So why don't you come along and prune with me? So I've had this satin pothos for about probably 5 years or so now, and it sits on this long table with all my other plants. I have about 8 or 9 other plants there, and it's just starting to hit the floor. So I'm going to give it a quick prune and also get it propagated. Now I've already done a video on propagating this plant, so I'm not going to go into that too much because you can refer to that. But let's just get pruning. It is the end of it is mid-September, so still a good time to prune here in Tucson, Arizona. So I'm going to start on this one. I marked this trail here because I'm not doing it at the table so you can see it. I think you get a better view here. So here's the first one I'm going to cut, and I'm going to cut it right here under this node. That's where you want to cut it, about probably like 1/4 of an inch or so, and just do that. So that is the first one, and these are really skinny stems, so these work the best, I found, or if you have a very sharp pair of scissors. I don't need my Felco pruners for this. And then the second one, I'm going to do a little bit different length. I don't like to do them straight across because that's not how things grow in nature. I mean, if you like the straight across look, that's fine. I like things sort of like how they grow outside. So this one, I'm going to cut here. And I'm just going to go through this plant and do the whole thing this way, but this is what happens when you prune. It's been pruned before. You can see that I pruned it right here, and then I pruned it again here. So it has these two different stems, sticking out. That's what happens, when you prune it. It just doesn't stop growing. It'll send out new growth at the end of the stem too. So I'm going to cut this one up here this time. Above there, right there. Again, here's something that was cut there. We can move on through here now. Here's some nice all tender growth here. There. After you get the hang of pruning, after you've done it for a while, it just comes sort of secondhand. I've been pruning plants for a very, very long time. I'm going to cut this one up here. I also want to encourage it to fill up a little bit here. This plant grows in a sort of a flat nature on the top, unlike a pothos that's really nice and bushy on the top. This grows a little bit flatter, but I'm going to see if I can get some growth up on the top. And I just have 2 more to do. All done. That's how fast it goes. So here's how it looks now. It's a little bit better. There's a leaf, there's a leaf missing there. There's a big long space there, so I'm just going to cut that right there. And that's how I like it, a little bit more haphazard. You can always go back. As I say, you can always take more off, but you can't put more back on. so there we go. That is better for going into the fall and the winter. Hopefully this plant will perk up a little bit here. It grows like crazy. It trails like crazy. It's just not filling in here. So maybe I will plant a couple of the cuttings into there. And I just want to show you, speaking of cuttings, this is my little propagation station. Here's some here. So what I will do is I will just go and plant these back in here. But they root really fast because there's already a node. There's already a root showing. So the white root should start appearing in about 7 to 10 days. And then you should be able to plant in about 3 or 4 weeks or so. These have been in for like a month and a half. They're fine to stay in water for a while. And as I say, if you haven't ever watched any of my videos before, I like to propagate in water, except for succulents and cactus, of course. I like to propagate in water because you can see the rooting action. So I hope you have found this quickie pruning project to be informative, helpful. As I said, I've done a video on propagating this plant and a blog post too, and also I've done one on repotting, but I haven't done a care. I haven't done a care video, so have to have that next in case you're interested in how to care for the satin pothos. But here's how she looks now. So now she's going to go back on, or she or he, I don't know. I don't name my plants. I know some people do. I have way too many plants, but it's going to go back on the plant table with all of its other plant friends. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all your likes, and I will catch you in the next video for gardening indoors and outdoors. So in the meantime, let's get into our gardens or out into our gardens and make our worlds a more beautiful place. Thank you for watching. Bye.